Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you back. So for this week's video, I decided to start this new series, Tim Recommends, where I can just recommend some of my favorites as of recent for you guys to engage with and consume and hopefully like the same way I did. You can consider this as kind of a short form version of the normal kind of stuff on my channel. I normally like to do essays and videos about different books and movies and shows and things like that I find really interesting and the reasons I find them interesting. So this video will just be a condensed version of that. I'm going to be showing you stuff that I like with a very brief description or quotes or excerpts from them that will hopefully pique your interest. So let me know if you like this format. Let me know if there are things you found in this that you really like, or other things that you want me to recommend in the future. I tried to create a good mix of both thought-provoking and interesting, and also some just kick back, relax kind of stuff. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you like this format. Let me know if this is interesting to you. And I hope that maybe you'll stumble upon something that you really enjoy that you maybe wouldn't have otherwise. Specifically this week, I'll be going over books, movies, shows, and some YouTube stuff. I'll leave timestamps on the screen right here for each of the categories and specifically each of the individual things that I'm going to talk about. So if you're interested in any of those things more specifically than the others, or you want to skip around, feel free to do so. Just hit these timestamps and you'll go straight to that point. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive in. I'll meet you in the recording chair, which is actually the same chair as this one. See you there. Alright, back in the recording chair. Starting things off, we have How to Change Your Mind by Michael Pollan. I just finished reading this book over the past week and found it absolutely riveting. Michael Pollan, an accomplished journalist, takes a headfirst, deep dive into the world of psychedelics. In this book, he details not only the checkered history of the controversial substances, but also his own mind-bending account of his personal guided experiences with various psychedelics. Furthermore, he presents interviews with academics, scientists, patients, and enthusiasts in the field. The resulting text is fascinating and has launched me into a compelling journey down the rabbit hole, seeking a better understanding of psychedelics, neuroscience, the ego, and myself. At the moment, I can't recommend this book enough. It has been the catalyst for a whirlwind transformation my mind has undergone as of late. Taking a trip back to the past, I have been re-engaging with some classic literature. Like probably many of you, I originally countered these works in high school, but youth prevented me from truly appreciating their significance. With more time and life experience, I've found that I've gained a broader perspective, allowing me to glean deeper insights from these extraordinarily written novels. First up is Walden. An American classic, Walden was written by Henry David Thoreau, one of the leaders of the transcendentalist movement of the 19th century. He details a time in his life where he left the comforts of then modern society to live deliberately in the woods next to Walden Pond. This direct quote beautifully captures the very essence of the novel. I went to the woods because I wished to live deliberately, to front only the essential facts of life, and see if I could not learn what it had to teach, and not, when I came to die, discover that I had not lived. I did not wish to live what was not life. Living is so dear. Nor did I wish to practice resignation, unless it was quite necessary. I wanted to live deep and suck out all the marrow of life, to live so sturdily and Spartan-like as to put to rout all that was not life, to cut a broad swath and shave close, to drive life into a corner and reduce it to its lowest terms. And, if it proved to be mean, why then to get the whole and genuine meanness of it, and publish its meanness to the world. Or, if it were sublime, to know it by experience, and be able to give a true account of it in my next excursion. The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. You're probably familiar with Leo DiCaprio's rendition of Gatsby in the 2013 film by the same name, but the novel is so much more than any film adaptation could ever dream of capturing. Fitzgerald's mastery of language will leave you pining for more. This novel is packed full of interesting characters, brimming with archetypal personalities that clash in the sort of nihilistic paradise that is 1920s America. Seemingly every individual, from East Egg to West Egg, is endlessly searching, endlessly fraught with anxiety and left hollow by their emptiness, as they strive for the impossibly out-of-reach green light gleaming over the horizon. Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. A stark warning of the future as painted by Ray Bradbury. Written in 1953, Bradbury weaves together an incredibly detailed and bleak depiction of a dystopian future. Silver bullet headphones, floor-to-ceiling wall screens, and soap opera families. Fahrenheit is full of prophetic imagery depicting much of the very technology we take for granted today. The details are striking and predictive, but beyond the technology lies the root of very real problems that have come to pass. Fahrenheit raises questions about the docile and placid nature of kowtowing to authority without questioning the moral, ethical, and sociological ramifications of surrendering our desire for intellectual pursuit. Strikingly similar to modern times, Fahrenheit serves as a reminder to always be questioning and always be seeking knowledge, even in the face of questioning status quo. Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba. Insanely popular right now in not only Japan but worldwide, and for good reason. The animation is stunning, and the action sequences thrilling. Demon Slayer follows the story of a young Tanjiro, whose family was brutally slain by demons in the night. Returning home, he finds that his only surviving family member is his young sister Nezuko, who has been transformed into a demon. He ventures on a quest to become a demon slayer himself, vowing to find the cure to restore Nezuko to her original human form. It may not have the dramatic depth of a Yuasa or Ghibli work, but is great fun in its own right and of overall excellent quality. Ping Pong, the animation. Briefly mentioned in my Masaki Yuasa video, but more than worthy of its own slot in this recommendation series. Dramatic, intense, and beautifully layered, Ping Pong is the king, no, emperor of sports anime. Only 11 episodes long, yet so much more intricately detailed and full of heart than your typical run-of-the-mill sports anime. The series provides an intimate, deep gaze into the lives of a few high schoolers searching for meaning and purpose in the unexpectedly thrilling world of competitive table tennis. It's not so much an anime about sports as it is a drama about life, where they just so happen to play ping pong. The Wind Rises. Originally, Hayao Miyazaki was planning to retire after wrapping production, giving this film a wholly reflective and contemplative mood throughout. It details the life and journey of Jiro Horikoshi, the designer of the Mitsubishi A6M0, the Japanese fighter plane used extensively in World War II. Strongly anti-war, yet pro-creation, pro-invention, pro-innovation. It has a distinctly serene mood amidst the chaos of its battle-ridden setting. A complicated, compelling swan song by a director best known for his animated children's features. The Kingdom of Dreams and Madness. Tangentially related to The Wind Rises, this film is a thought-provoking, behind-the-scenes look at the inner machinations driving Studio Ghibli during the development cycle of The Wind Rises. It gives a peek into the mind of Hayao Miyazaki and the amount of effort and sacrifice by all involved that it truly takes to create one of his masterpieces. Fantastic Fungi. I found this gem while doing follow-up research for How to Change Your Mind. It takes an extensive look at the world of mushrooms and mycology, and more specifically, how they may pave the way to solving many of our current global issues like pollution, global warming, and mental health, to name a few. If, like me, you thought mushrooms were simply another food group, then you will be astonished by the world of mycology growing beneath our very feet all the time. Among countless species and varieties, they perform essential functions for forests and entire ecosystems, acting as a neural network of sorts, as well as an immune system and a resource-sharing network. It's clear we have much to learn about these fungal mysteries, and this film is an excellent jumping-off point. The Midnight Gospel, an adult animated series created by Duncan Trussell and Adventure Time creator Pendleton Ward. essentially a series of podcasts by Duncan Trussell with an extensive host of interesting guests, loosely connected by an overarching storyline, animated by Pendleton Ward and his team. The result is a trippy, fascinating journey through the mind, consciousness, reality, and everything in between. More than food for thought, I think of it as food for life. Each episode is only about 20 minutes, but had me reeling for days afterward. Narcos, Mexico. A dramatization of the history of the Mexican drug cartel. It traces the history of Kingpin, Miguel Angel Felix Gallardo, and all the trials and tribulations of building a drug empire south of the United States border. Excellent writing and performances carry this dramatic period piece, creating an intense, interesting ride through the underground world of narcotics in Mexican history.
There are these two young fish swimming along, and they happen to meet an older fish swimming the other way, who nods at them and says, "Morning, boys, how's the water?" And the two young fish swim on for a bit, and then eventually one of them looks over at the other and goes, "What the hell is water?"
After Skool, a channel that specializes in creating hand-drawn illustrations on dry erase whiteboards to go along with thought-provoking, compelling, and captivating speeches from all-time great orators, writers, and personalities like Alan Watts, Eckhart Tolle, David Foster Wallace, Terence McKenna, and Dave Chappelle, to name a few. They also write their own original life lessons with the same companion animation accompanying it. I will link below some of my favorite, most thought-provoking pieces that have inspired lasting impacts on my mind. Bill and Lisa's Food and Travel. Bill and Lisa are what I lovingly refer to as mom and pop YouTube. You won't find fancy editing or especially exotic cuisine or destinations, but what you will find are a couple of down-to-earth, lovable foodies who will try just about anything once and want to share their love of food and travel with the world. A nice and relaxed paced channel that you can just kick back and hang out with when you just want something warm and comforting to zone out to. They don't even monetize their channel because they believe ads would detract from the overall experience. How could you not love these two? Hey, welcome back. So did you guys enjoy that? I hope maybe you found some things that interested you. This is stuff that I've been engaging with lately and has just been really getting my mind churning, getting my mind thinking about lots of different things, the kinds of stuff I've been relaxing to, and the kinds of stuff that's been just making me look at life in new ways, new, interesting, meaningful ways. If you like this format, go ahead and let me know. Drop a comment down below. Let me know the things you'd like to look more into because of this video, or things you want to recommend for me to check out. Things related to the stuff that I put in the video, or something totally different. I'm sure there are an infinite amount of things that I have never heard about that are absolutely fascinating. So by all means, let me know what's been going on with you guys. Let me know the books you've been reading, the shows you've been watching, the anime you've been watching, the games you've been playing. Let me know what's going on in your life and what you think I should be getting into too, because there's so much stuff out there. There's only so much that I can find on my own. Be sure to share this video with anybody you think that should know about any of these things in the same way that I'm trying to tell you guys about it. But I think that's pretty much all I have for this video, so if you liked it, let me know, give the video a like. If not, let me know too. Either way, as always, thanks so much for watching, glad to have you here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh, did you, but in any case, that's,